Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Y'all having a good Sunday? Y'all having a good Sunday? I am having a very relaxing, peaceful Sunday. I had a great night last night. Very relaxing. Lots of TV, lots of naps, lots of resting. It was a really, really nice night last night. And today has been so nice. And we went to brunch, we went to Trader Joe's, hung out with the dogs. Alex is hanging out with the dogs right now. And then when I get done, I'm doing some laundry. And then when I get done vlogging, I am going to relax and rest for a little bit, do a little leash training with the dogs. Did some earlier today. And then I am going to rest and relax a little bit. And then we have to leave here. So we're going up the street to Harry and Izzy's, which is a steakhouse, for his friend's birthday. Her boyfriend is like hosting like a couple's birthday for her. I guess it is mostly couples, so I'm gonna go. So his couple's birthday party tonight. And then I think it's like 5 couples or 6 couples that are going. And so that's tonight, and we have to leave here. It's at 7:30, and so Alex said we have to leave here at like 7:20. It's literally 5 minutes up the street from us. So that'll be fun tonight, and it won't be a long dinner because I guess a lot of them have stuff to do tomorrow. So yeah, so it's been a nice weekend so far. I have my coffee from Cafe Patachou, which is a little lukewarm now, but it's okay. Here are my props, my reading glasses, and my phone. I was talking to Caroline, and I was texting Laura, my neighbor, about going to the pool. Okay. So I was talking to Caroline. So I was texting Caroline about TV shows. Let me get into my text with Caroline, because I was asking her, when we were at brunch today, we were talking to our friends about, so across the street is this restaurant called First Watch. But when I was like growing up, it was this restaurant, I couldn't remember the name of it, and Caroline loved this restaurant. And then she ended up working there, I think like in high school, she ended up working there. And so I was asking her, I said, what did First Watch used to be? And she said Sunrise Cafe. And I was like, yes. And then she said it moved up on Meridian. They have the best breadsticks ever. Which is funny, because when I was talking to our friends at Patachou, I said, my cousin used to love this place across the street called Sunrise Cafe. I remember they had really, really good, like, hash browns. I never remembered anything about breadsticks, but Caroline said they had the best breadsticks in the entire world. Well, they ended up moving years ago to like this office building on the north side. And so Caroline one day, Caroline and I on Wednesdays, we used to do, like every Wednesday we would try a different brunch place. We haven't been doing that lately because, you know, we're trying to like eat healthier and all that kind of stuff. So, but one Wednesday, I mean, this is probably 2 years ago, we went to Sunrise Cafe in this office building, and Caroline was like, you have to get the breadsticks. The breadsticks are the best. And I remember when they came out, the breadsticks were so basic, and they were so boring, and I just was like, Caroline, these breadsticks are not it at all. And Caroline was so into the breadsticks. And so I was I'm texting Caroline as we're sitting at the restaurant talking to our friend, and I said, oh, I think they moved to this office building on Meridian. I said, my cousin made me get these breadsticks that she swore by, and the breadsticks were like horrible. They weren't any good. And so Caroline said it moved up on Meridian. They have the best breadsticks still. And I texted her and I said, LOL, we went there a few years ago. It's in an office building. You made me get the breadsticks, and they sucked. LOL. And then I said to her, you need to watch Unknown Caller on Net, because we always talk about TV shows. Caroline probably watches more TV than me. And I said, you need to watch Unknown Caller on Netflix if you haven't seen it yet. And she said, watched it. And then I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but she was commenting on it. And she said, so effed up. And I said, so effed up. And then she said, finishing The Biggest Loser documentary now. Watch the Gone Girls one, the Stalking one. I've been watching lots of TV this weekend. It's been a perfect weekend. And I said, me too. And then she said, so we were not supposed to do Wednesday this week because she was supposed to go out of town to the lake for this like girls trip thing. And she was leaving like on Tuesday. And so she said, I am now not going out of town next week. Maybe we should go to your pool. And I said, it closes tomorrow. I said, when were you going? And then that's when I called her, because I was like, we were on our way back. And I was like, I'm just going to call her because it's text. So I called her and we were laughing and stuff. And so then when I got home, I said, let me let the dogs out and do all that. And then I called her back. So we were sitting here talking about TV shows and whatever. And she was like, yeah, so I can do Wednesday now. I said, so Wednesday's definite. So Caroline just texted me and she said, now I am going I mean, WTF, see you on the 10th is what she said. I said, so no Wednesday. She said, no Wednesday. I said, okay. And then Laura next door was texting me because I'd asked her about the cinnamon buns and or rolls if she liked them. And she said, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of cream cheese icing, but I didn't let that stop me from eating them, LOL. And she said, it's supposed to get up to be 79 tomorrow if you want to go swim then. And I said, yeah, tomorrow, definitely. And she said, okay, yay. And she said, I swam last Sunday with some friends and it was glorious. I'm so sad it's closing because, you know, it'll get hot later in September at some point. It's going to get hot here probably in the next week. So let me do a little time and temperature check before I get any further into this vlog. It is currently 4:10 p.m. And the temperature, when we were coming back, so we went to Trader Joe's, Alex got his car washed, and it said it was 77, and it's 77 right now. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 79 or 80. Oh no, tomorrow it's saying it's 82, sunny skies. And then Tuesday 82, Wednesday 81. But then the rest of the week, all the way into a week from Thursday, all the way till a week from Thursday, it's in the mid-70s, which is going to be great walking weather. And then Thursday the 11th, it's 80, and then it goes back in the 70s again. So I don't know, maybe the warm weather is over. It feels surreal that we were just in Las Vegas where it was like 100, 110, 111 degrees, and now we're in Indianapolis where it's like in the 70s. It actually, today, it feels warm. I mean, 77 is warm, let's be for real, right? It feels warm, but there's kind of a breeze, and it's been so cold. Like, last night, I took the dogs out. Well, I took them out at like 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I took them out at like 5:45 right before I went to bed. And it was really chilly last night. And so I have a feeling the pool, because the pool's not heated, it's probably freezing cold. So I'm not going to go to the pool today. I know, like, years before, I think, like, it's interesting, like, what makes me sad. I think part of what makes me sad is that, I don't know, maybe this is progress or growth, I don't know, that I don't, like, I'm not that invested in the pool closing as much as I used to. I think part of it is that, you know, like, the first, well, it was before this, but, like, the first couple years after the accident, it's like I didn't really, like, go down to the pool to interact with my neighbors was really some of the only social interaction that I had. And I don't know, I've kind of, like, just accepted how things are now, and, I mean, I'm sad about the pool closing, but I'm not sad about the pool closing. Like, somebody said last year, we were wanting to ask them to keep the pool open a little bit longer. Laura and I always talk about it, asking them to keep the pool open longer, but they, like, it's always, like, this argument with the HOA. And so, but somebody commented on the vlog and said, last year you were wanting to keep the pool open longer, but then it was cold afterwards and you were glad you didn't. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I even kind of remember it being, like, rainy or something, like, the week after. I don't know why, maybe it wasn't, but I kind of remember it being, like, rainy and colder, like, the week after. So even if they kept the pool open, they're not going to keep it open for another month. So let's just even say they kept it open for another 2 weeks. I mean, there's no, unless the weather changes, there's no 85, 90 degree days in the next 2 weeks. So I've kind of just accepted it as it is. Am I sad that summer's over? It was funny because on the way home, Alex, I said something about the pool closing. He's not as emotionally attached to the pool as I am. And he was like, I just feel like we didn't do anything this summer. And he's like, we didn't do anything at all. And I looked at him like, he starts laughing. He goes, we did a lot this summer, babe. He was like, we traveled a lot. He was like, we got the dogs. He was like, we hung out with friends. He was like, we did a lot this summer. We did do a lot this summer. I don't know. I don't really, it's weird. It's weird how stuff affects you like one year and not the next. I also think that, you know, last year, and I don't even know if I talked about this in my vlog, but, you know, Boo Radley was turning 15. In September next week would have been his 16th birthday. And I remember, like, last summer thinking, like, I wonder if this will be his last summer, or if we'll get, like, another summer or two. I always thought Boo Radley, for some reason, I always had 19 in my head. I always thought that he would live to be 19. But I was kind of like, and I did that a lot after Pee-Pee passed away with, like, Boo and Tucker. I would think a lot, like, I wonder if this is going to be, like, the last, you know, summer, the last Halloween, and whatever. So, I don't know, maybe that's the difference. Maybe just the dogs, and like starting a new life with them and whatever has really changed my perspective. I really, to be honest with you, I don't know. I just am not sad about summer ending this year. I'm not. I'm excited about fall stuff. I'm excited about fall clothes. I'm excited about jean jackets and sweaters. I'm excited about bonfires and I'm really excited about taking walks at night when it's cool and listening to thriller books and stuff like that. Like, that's really what I'm excited about. Tonight, if Alex had said to me that, like, all the husbands and fiancés and boyfriends had, like, decided they weren't going to this dinner tonight, it was just going to be a girls' dinner, which I kind of knew wasn't going to happen because it was her boyfriend that was, like, throwing the dinner, I would have taken a walk tonight. Because I told him, I said, I think I've got to get back into the walking, like, every day, every other day. And he was like, well, you can take a walk when you get done vlogging tonight. And I was like, yeah, I could, but I want to rest a little bit. I don't want to, like, get done, walk, come back, take a you know, because I want to watch some TV tonight. I'm really excited about watching my TV tonight. By the way, should I link it on this vlog? I think underneath here I will link it on this vlog if I remember, okay? So my movie channel is up and ready. It's called Peter's Movie Reviews. I will show you guys. You guys already saw the picture for it, but I'm going to show you the picture that I picked for... Here's the picture. Well, like, you can't really see it, but because it's so dark. But it's me holding popcorn and a soda. And it's up. And I'm going to put it on my Instagram later today. And so I will link it underneath. It'll be the first thing linked in the description box. And also, no, I won't put it in the comment section. It'll be the first thing linked in the description box. If you want to, you don't have to. If you want to go subscribe to my new channel and support my new channel and see movie reviews and stuff. So I'll give you guys a little insider secret. Tomorrow, September 1st, is my 9-year anniversary of my drama channel. And I don't know, it's like all these things that, like, there was a long period of my life, I think, where you know, when my mom passed away, one of my really, really good friends, our friend that lives in Portland now, Tanya and I's friend that lives in Portland, she's Alex's age. When her mom passed away the year before my mom did. So she was a lot younger than me when my mom passed away and when her mom passed away. And then that August I met Alex. And our friend, Demi, that lives in the one that went on his birthday trip, that, like, is one of our closest friends. His mom had passed away like 2 weeks before I met him, which would have been in August of 2008. And he was younger at that time too. And I remember we would talk about, like, how losing a parent changes you. And I can remember thinking, like, I got so much more time with my mom than they did. Like, you know, like, because I think when you have a parent that dies younger, I mean, I was 36 when my mom passed away, 35 when my mom passed away, turning 36. My mom was 64. I felt cheated out of time, is kind of how I felt. But then I can remember, like, meeting people, and, like, my mom lost her dad at 4. And it really, like, my mom's whole life, I mean, her, like, master's thesis was on bereavement and abandonment issues related to bereavement and things like that. My mom, like, that was one of her areas of study that she did a lot about, was grieving and bereavement, because she had lost a parent so young. And she would talk about how it affected her entire life, like losing her father so young. I've known a lot of people that have lost parents, like, really early in life, you know, before they were 18 years old. I don't know, I think that looking at losing a parent at different ages at that time, because I can remember I would meet people, and, like, one of the first questions I'd ask them was, like, how old were you and how old were they? Because I think that does play a factor into it. I think when we talk about grieving, I think that, like, how old you were and how old your parent was at the time that they passed away plays a huge factor into what the grieving situation is like. I think also what your relationship was like the majority of your life with that person. It doesn't have to be a parent. It could be a grandparent, anybody. The one exception, I think, and I obviously cannot relate to this at all, is children. I just can't even imagine that. I've had very close friends of mine that have lost children, and it's just, that is an entirely different thing. It's just, I think there's grief, and then I think there's that. Like, I can't even imagine. I just can't even imagine. So I don't want to put that in the same category, and also I don't relate to that on any level. with parents, it's weird because I think like when you go through grieving like the loss of a friend or a parent or whatever, I think it's like, what was your relationship like? The majority of your relationship, what was your relationship like at the time that person passed? Had you worked through things? Had you said things you wanted to say? Was it like a long-standing illness, or was it like a traumatic event that happened? I think, especially like what the relationship was like, I think has a lot to do with it. I don't think any two kinds of grief can be compared at all. I don't even think like losing two parents. Let's say even if your parents both passed away and they were the same age and whatever, I think it's completely different. I think because your relationship with each parent is different, you know? But I do remember like at that time talking to people and asking them like their experiences, and you know, friends of mine would be like, well, I didn't really have a relationship with my dad, or my mom was my best friend, and so I felt like completely just like I lost everything. And everybody would say different things, and some of my friends would be like, well, I was 65 when my mom passed away and she was 80, and I feel like I got a good life with her. And other people would say I was 65, my mom was 85, and I felt like I didn't get enough time with her. It was all perspective, you know? And so, but I think personally what it did to me, because my mom died for my age group at that time, I didn't really have, other than those two people that I knew, I didn't really have a lot of people around me whose parents had passed. And so a lot of people would say your mom was really, really young when she passed. And I think also having just gotten out of a long-term relationship myself, and having just resigned from working in a treatment facility, it was like that year was a year of a lot of change for me. And so, I don't know, I think that year, 2008, was like such a pivotal year for me. And I think that when my mom passed away, I think this clock started ticking in the sky for me. That I mean, I've talked about this before, that I can remember being like, I remember being 44 and being like, if I live to my mom's age, I have 20 summers yet left, and 20 more times to go for a summer at the pool, and 20 more of this. And I would think about it in terms of that, you know? So, like, you know, next year I'll be 54. I'm 10 years away from that. Will I do it? I don't do it as much as I used to. And I don't know if that was maybe part of what I needed to grieve. I also think in the last 5 to 10 years, I've had so many friends of mine who have lost parents. So many friends of mine that have lost parents. That we talk about it more. You know, since that time, Caroline's lost both of her parents. I have so many friends of mine whose parents have dementia and are in memory care units, and that's a whole other situation that I don't feel like we talk a lot enough about in our society. I think there's a whole grieving process and a hope that goes along with that by itself. And so, but I think that all those situations are reflections of our own life. And so I think when you talk about grieving, like people ask me questions a lot about grieving because I talk a lot about it. I think it was really more of like what I went through at that time. And what I went through really was like a reflection of my own life. Like, yes, I missed my mom. Yes, I wish my mom was still around. All of that. But then it was also kind of like, well, I would think to myself, where was your mom at 36 years old? You know, that whole summer afterwards, when I turned 36, I'd be like, well, where was your mom at 36? You know, where was your dad at 36? What were they doing? And what is your life? I was comparing a lot of what my life looked like to what their life looked like at that time. Like, am I on track to where I should be? And things like that. And I think that kind of really, really messed with me for a while, you know? And then I just kind of happened onto YouTube. And YouTube's interesting, like, living your life online. And, you know, some people share a little and some people share a lot. I think we know I share a lot of my life online. It's cathartic for me. I've kind of pulled back a little bit. I don't share as much as I used to. I think most people don't even notice the things that I don't share, you know, but I just like little things. I'll share it when I need to, you know, kind of stuff. But like, I mean, I'm not holding anything back, but it's like, I just, you know, I don't get into the weeds as much as I used to with stuff, unless I feel like it in that moment. But like when I look at, it's been 9 years. I mean, and I started my BookTube channel in May. So May was 9 years that I've been online, consistently posting videos. And so tomorrow is 9 years that I've consistently been doing drama videos. 9 years is a long time. I mean, my career when I worked in treatment was 13 years. Was short, well, 3 months short of 13 years. So, 4 months short of 13 years. So, I mean, I've almost had a career on YouTube as long as I've had a career working in treatment, which is crazy to me, you know? And that my mom, I mean, like, the year that I left there, I mean, I've been gone. So, yeah, so my mom passed in 2008. So next year will be, hold on a second. Is it 17 years? 18? I think it'll be 18 years, right? 2026 minus 2008. Yeah, 18 years. So next year will be 18 years since I left working in treatment. And my mom will have been passed in May next year, 18 years. Which is crazy because people will bring stuff up from like that happened 18 to 30 years ago. I mean, just imagine, like, I mean, this is part of living online, but when people bring up stuff from you and they're like, well, Peter said this about, and I'm like, I don't even remember that happening. I mean, I really don't. Like, I mean, there are some things, like, there's things about, like, my mom passing that I remember, and there are things, I mean, people will ask me, like, if I meet somebody and they're like, oh, what treatment program did you work at? And I tell them, and they're like, did you know so-and-so? And I'm like, what did they do there? And they're like, oh, they were the director of nursing. I'm like, oh, I do remember them. I mean, it's been 18 years since I worked there. It's been a long time. I mean, that's a lifetime for some people. You know what I mean? Like, my memory is still pretty good, but when it's like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me when people are like, bring up stuff from like 20 years ago, and I'm like, that's kind of crazy to me. But you know, like, I was watching I was talking about this on this channel, that I was watching this BookTube video of mine from like my first year that I was like, I'm different. I'm completely different on camera. And it wasn't like, I think I was so nervous and just so anxiety ridden, and I didn't know what I was doing those first couple years. I really didn't. Like, I mean, in retrospect, like, you know, I mean, I just didn't know what I was doing. I was very naive. You know, I think a lot of us were at that time. I just had no clue what I was doing. And, I think that YouTube really allowed me, it's really helped with my social anxiety a lot. It's really allowed me to feel comfortable in my own skin. I don't know, I think the one thing that's so crazy to me is like, that people that know me in my personal life, like they really know how bad I struggle with the social anxiety, or how shy I am in public. Or, I mean, I'm not afraid to say this, like, through the years, how many insecurities I've had, you know, or whatever, and constantly am doubting myself. And they're like, how do you just sit on a camera and, like, and just, like, talk? Like, I don't know, I never consciously think, like, this is going out, you know, to, like, that 1,000 people are going to watch this. I mean, 1,000 people, I can remember when I started on BookTube. And I remember when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I think I did a video about it. And I was like crying in the video and stuff, because I graduated with like 670 people from high school. And I was like, this is like if you forced more people than that into a room to watch one of my videos. Like, I can remember when I started getting like we, unless you're getting like 1 million views a video on YouTube, like we really minimize that. But like, I can remember, and there are so many people that like fake views on YouTube. It's so obvious when I see it and stuff like that. And it's kind of sad. That to me is sad, that somebody feels a necessity to do that you can't stand on your own. You know, like, whether you're getting 20 views or you're getting, you know, 200,000 views, stand on that. Be proud of, if you gotta fake it, that speaks to how lame it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of sad to me. But, And some of the people that I have found through the years that I just absolutely adore are people that, I can remember these two sisters, Bunny and Kay from Bitchin' and Eatin', but now they're called Bay Nation. They still do live streams. They're probably live streaming right now. But they would only ever have like 12 or 20 people in a live stream. And they would live stream for like 3 hours because they loved it. And I loved that. I loved that so much. And I can remember, and I think I related to it so much because I can remember, like, getting on BookTube And I got on BookTube because I never plan to talk about this today. I actually was thinking about doing maybe an anniversary video for tomorrow, but I don't know. But when I got on BookTube, and I was nervous to start it. I got on BookTube because I was watching a lot of booktubers, and it was like this niche community that I was like, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this. And it was a point in my life where it wasn't just that I didn't have a lot of people to talk to about books. I just wanted to be part of something. I really am such a believer in timing. This is where I talk a lot about how the grief affected me as a person. It kind of comes and goes in waves. There are times that I look back on my mom's life and that she's not here anymore and whatever, and I'm like come at me in that moment. You're going to get a very different Peter Monn. You're going to get a Peter Monn that's going to be like, you need to back the F up, right? And then there's moments that I let a lot of stuff go. I'd say 90% of the time I'm that person because it's just not worth it, right? And so, if you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's just, as you get older, you just kind of let stuff go. It's not, But anyway, and I just wanted, and at that point in my life, I think I was seeking to be part of something, I'd come back into going to 12-step meetings, and I was really part of that, and I was loving being part of that again. And I think I just wanted to be part of something. And that's why I started my BookTube channel. And so, I'm watching this guy walk down the street. He's this huge, black lab. And he kind of looked like Jerry Garcia a little bit, which I think is kind of funny. Anyway, there's a lot of people walking the neighborhood today because it's so pretty outside. It's really, really sunny. And it's it's a little cooler than, the 90-degree days. But anyway. But, I can remember sitting there. I do remember sitting there that... I don't remember, leading up to it. I remember thinking about, names for the channel. I've got so many mosquito bites on my legs from standing in the yard at night with the dogs. I can remember thinking about, names. And, looking up names and names were taken and stuff like that. But anyway... I was so nervous to make that first video. And I've told the story before about my weight, and I was like, no, do this in 6 months once you've lost the weight. And then you're like, you're not going to lose. I was like, you're not going to lose the weight in 6 months. Just make the video now if you want to be part of it. And I'm glad I did. I think that was me overcoming some of my insecurities. The reality was that, well, I think it's interesting when we say that nobody really cares that, about your weight except for you, when I've literally been body shamed online. So that's not necessarily true. But I don't really think that's about somebody caring about my weight. I think that's somebody using my insecurities against me, which I think is, when you're using somebody else's insecurities against them, I think you're a pretty insecure person yourself. But, But I can remember thinking to myself, no, just start it in 6 months, lose weight, get into shape. And I thought, who is going to care about you making these videos about books? Just do it if you want to do it and be part of it, right? So I did, but I never, I say this a lot, but I never in a million years, never thought that it would lead to having 7, now starting 8 channels on YouTube, calling it a job, paying my bills from it, interacting with you guys, knowing who a lot of you guys are. I never, ever would have thought that would happen, And it's not necessarily been the easiest road. I made a lot of mistakes. I've had to learn as I go. And but there's been a lot about it that I absolutely love. And in a way that it's the things I didn't ever expect. I think that, getting to know some people out there, or the interactions, or just, even, when you guys send me, pictures of your dogs and stuff like that, a lot of people do that. And just, knowing, people's dogs' names or what they're going through, and, I don't know, or that some people watch my videos with their husband versus, other people watch my videos with their mom, or they'll call their mom up and they live across country. I just, that kind of stuff is so cool to me that I never in a million years imagined it. And so you don't really know, you never know when you open a door where it's going to lead. You really don't, you know what I mean? I can remember talking to people in, the early days of doing YouTube, and them talking to me about like they were always so like very business and professional about it. And, well, you got to do this and you got to, the camera stopped. And I'm sure some of those people are still very much like that today. I was never that person. And I'll be honest with you, the majority of the people that I knew, I would say the majority of the people that I still talk to in the influencer space really are not like that. That we're kind of like, okay, we're going to wake up. We might have like ideas. I mean, I keep a list, obviously, of videos I'm going to make on my phone. But like, I have met people that have spreadsheets. That literally have like spreadsheets for months, and they'll be like, and I think it would kind of surprise some people to know who does that, because it's people you wouldn't expect, how contrived their videos are. Like, okay, on Wednesday, I'm gonna post this video, and then on Thursday I have a sponsorship to do. I mean, it's like, not that it's necessarily, but it's like videos that are not supposed to be contrived, but they had planned out like 4 days in advance. That was never how I did it. Like, I mean, I might have down here that I'm going to do a video about Jeffree Star, and tomorrow I'll wake up and be like, I'm not doing that video, I want to do a completely different video. That happens to me a lot. Or I want to do a review of Taco Bell, and then tomorrow I'll be like, I think I'm just going to do the peaches from Trader Joe's. Like, that happens to me a lot. And most of the people that I know, that I've talked to through the years, I'll be like, well, what video are you making today or tomorrow? And most of them will say, I don't know. Like, you know, and most people, and not just in the, like the drama community, but like across the arena of different kinds of YouTubers will be like, I have no idea what video I'm doing tomorrow. But there have been a few people that I knew that were very like streamlined professional. And I was like, do I need to be more like that? I don't know. That's not why I ever, like, that's not the blessing that I feel like comes along with me doing this. Like, I think just kind of calling my shots and being like, yeah, I feel like filming videos today or I don't is kind of part of what I enjoy so much about this. So, I don't know. For me, that's not one of the things that I would look forward to. I don't think I ever had any idea when I sat down there and I made that BookTube channel what a blessing this would be in my life. Yes, I did just hear myself smack my lips. That I did hear at that time. I didn't ever know at that moment. What's so funny is that, you know that thing they do, I can't remember who does it, is it Laganja, Stranja? But Alex can do it and I can't do it, but then I do it in my videos without even noticing it. But anyway, I never knew when I sat down there and made that very first video what a blessing YouTube would be in my life. Like, I could never, in all honesty, imagine like how it would turn into what it's turned into today. Like, I never. And that's all because of you guys watching, you know, my channels and my videos. And since we're talking about my vlog, you know, like, I can remember starting my vlog channel, and it was because my views were falling off of my drama channel and people just didn't seem that interested anymore that year. And so I was like, well, I want to do something different. And I'd always watch a lot of vloggers. And so I was like, I just want to do a vlog. And I can remember when I started this channel. So this is the 9th year. So in December, well, next year will be the 10th year of vlogging. But I can remember like the first month, I would say, like, I don't know how long these videos are going to be, and I don't know how long I'm going to keep it up. Like, I honestly thought I would probably only keep it up 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, the fact that I'm still going 9 years later is crazy. And then I'm posting, like, every day this month, except for one day that we were flying back from Las Vegas. I mean, it's crazy to me that I have, like, consistently kept up on this vlog channel. And that so many of you have kept up with me, and so many of you have watched every vlog. Like, that's amazing. Thank you so much for that. But you know, I got a lot of criticism when I first started this from people. People come over here and they'd be like, this is not a vlog. Like, a vlog is not where you just sit and talk. A vlog is literally a video diary. And I can remember being like real upset about it. And I'd be like, well, this is a vlog to me. And people be like, no, a vlog is like where you're going out and you're showing like what you're doing throughout the day. And I did do that, like some of the vlogs, but my social anxiety stopped me. Like, I'm doing better about filming in public, but I still don't feel comfortable doing it. It's like, as soon as it's not so much on your phone, and I don't like to film so much on my phone, because I don't know where to look. And my phone, I still don't after all these years. But if you hold a camera up in public, like, people instantly look at you. Like, if you have a camera and you're, like, vlogging in public, people immediately look at you. Like, they're like, oh my God, it's like, he's like an influencer. That's like, people come up to you and they'll say it. They'll be like, are you, like, on well, now they ask TikTok. But, which is interesting because you see so many people out filming on their phones now, you know? And so that's why the vlog never really was that, and it was just me sitting and talking, was because that was what I was more comfortable doing. To know that even the vlog would turn into 9 years later of me, I don't know, it's just like, it feels like such a very safe space. It feels very cathartic for me. I love this. I I can't imagine like I can't imagine like a week of not vlogging. I mean, I've done it in the last couple years, you know, but I can't imagine it. Like today, I can't imagine it. I always know that like every day I'm gonna vlog. If of nothing else, I'm gonna at least vlog, unless something else, like something comes up serious or I can't vlog for that day for some reason. I always know that every day I'm gonna vlog. So it's kind of like this one, like it's like my safety net thing, you know. But it's weird to think that tomorrow, I think the channel that most people know me for, my drama channel, it's like 9 years that I've been posting consistently over there. And that the other channels came from, you know, well, it really came from the BookTube channel, honestly. And so I was going to start the movie channel tomorrow. I may still start it tomorrow. I was like, okay, to have the same anniversary as the drama channel 9 years later would be kind of cute. And then next year I could start my 10th channel. I'm joking, or am I? I have no plans for a 10th channel right now. I have no idea what a 10th channel would be, but I have no plans for a 10th channel right now. I'm not going to say I won't do it, but I have no plans for it right now. I can just say that. And so, and you know what's crazy is after all these years, I'm still managing to upload multiple videos and multiple channels every single day. You know, like, well, not every single day. Like the weekends, I don't film as much, but like during the week, most days I film 4 to 6 videos a day on my, like that's crazy to me. After all these years, I'm still doing that, you know? Because I think when I started a lot of channels, people are like, oh, he's not going to keep this up or whatever. I think, I love doing this so much. I feel so blessed. So I wanted to start the movie channel tomorrow, and I may. It just kind of depends on how I feel when I wake up tomorrow. I think I'm probably going to start it on Tuesday because like when Alex is gone and all that kind of stuff. But I think, so I'm going to link the link to the movie channel below. If you want to subscribe, you don't have to. Don't feel pressured to. And then I'm also going to put it on my Instagram today. So people can go over there and they can like... Well, somebody reached out to me and they said... Hold on a second. Let me see the message. A couple people reached out to me actually and told me this. Where was the comment? Going through all my DMs right now. Hold on. So many people send me little memes and things. I love it. Where is the comment? Oh, my... Of course, now I can't find the one that I wanted to read. Oh, here it is. So, I don't know if she wants to get a shout out or not, but she said, I need my reading glasses. You ask on your vlog when to make the announcement for the movie channel. By the way, so these are the reading glasses. These are my, like, crappy ones that I just throw into my bag. So I took them to the steakhouse the other night. Did I tell a story? And I brought them out, and my friend goes, your glasses are crooked. They're crooked. Okay. You ask on the vlog when to make the announcement. I think you should open the channel. It's open. And make teasers on Instagram about subscribing to it before you post the first video. Maybe like countdown to the first video uploading and such, or like doing stories like this one, but with a link to subscribe to the new channel. Well, the reason I didn't do it, just so people know, is because I hadn't made the channel yet. I made it late last night, I think. Maybe the night before. No, I did it late last night, I think. Maybe like a countdown to the first video uploading and such, or like doing stories like this one, but with a link to subscribe to the new channel. So maybe people would subscribe from the jump and there would be more eyes on their video when it'll upload. I saw other creators who have a following doing things like that when they open something new so their existing audience could come and they'll have more views from the jump and YouTube could push it more to your audience, which I think is a great idea. And I said, thanks, I was thinking about doing something like that. I was, but not really that specifically, so that was really nice that she sent me that whole message, so thank you. I probably, like, as soon as I get done with this, put up the Instagram post. I don't know that I'm going to do a countdown because I haven't even filmed the first video yet, let alone to know, but I will do a countdown once I know what that video will be. Maybe, because I don't want to kill... Then I'm like, okay, you have to have it up by then. Because if you don't, then people will be like, you said you're going to come out with the video. 2 people will be like, you said you're coming out with the video 2 hours ago. It's not up yet. Where's your video? Is my neighbor grilling tonight? Oh, I think he grilled already. It looks like he's pushing his grill in. What was I going to say? Oh, by the way, this is a Willie Nelson t-shirt. Isn't it so cute? forgot I had it. I've been going through my clothes to see what fits now. Love it. My dad would love this t-shirt so much. So yeah, so I'm really, really excited about it. But what I wanted to say in tying that all together with grief is that, well, first of all, I don't know that I was in the place to understand this at the time, but I think that maybe like, you know, because the first couple months of my mom passing, and I had grieved before, I had lost people before, but I think that my mom passing, I think one of the reasons why I've talked about it so much through the years on my channels and in person is because I think it was the first significant loss that really affected me personally, you know? That I think, like, the other losses I had learned, that I had affected, that I'd gone through, like grandparents, I think I was a little too young to really understand the severity of it. Friends of mine, I don't know that at the time I even processed it until later. Sometimes when I've gone through grief later in life, I've processed grief from earlier. You ever been sitting in a funeral before and you're feeling so much grief for somebody that passed away like 10 years ago, and I bet you're at a different funeral? I've done that before where I've like processing grief later. Because I don't know that at that time I was able to do it. But I think like when my mom passed away, it was this surreal feeling that I never experienced before with loss. That this person that had been with me my entire life, that gave birth to me, that I shared everything with, you know, that was no longer there. And I think like it completely shifted my perspective, not just about my mother, not just about death, but I think because after my mom died, I also got less afraid to die. My biggest fear, if you had always asked me for years and years and years and years and years, was death. Which is weird because I can remember my mom saying to me, like, as you get older, that'll kind of go away a little bit. And I was like, really, how? And she's like, I don't know. You just experience people passing away and you just kind of like, you don't get as afraid of it anymore. And I'm not afraid of it as much today. Because I think it's an inevitable. And I think that's also part of it too, is learning to live instead of being afraid to die. And I think I did that for a long time. I think I was afraid to die. And there's a difference between living and being afraid to die, you know? I think being afraid to die is surviving. I think living is making the most out of your life. I think I was afraid to die for a long time, where I lived and just like, you know what I mean? I think I also, for a long time, chased the wrong things by, like, more and more and more and more. Which, obviously, we still love nice trips, nice things. I'm not consumed with it today in a way that I think in my youth I was. I don't need more today. I need just enough is what I need today, you know? And the more I've accepted that, the less more I need. I'm not going to say there aren't things I see that I'm like, oh, I would like that. Obviously, I do hauls a lot on my, you know, channel, but like, I don't know, like even when I was thinking about like I've got to buy more, you know, some new clothes for fall because a lot of stuff's not fitting me anymore, I was like, I think like, before I would just go to a store and be like, buy everything I want. I'm like, no, I need like a pair of khakis, 2 pairs of jeans. I was thinking about actually like going through my closet and boxing up the stuff that doesn't fit in case I gain. I don't want to do this, but I'm not going to throw it out because if I gain weight back, I'm not going to go buy a bunch of clothes again. So I was like, okay, box it up, put it down in the basement so we can go through it in 3 years, you know, like in another Peter Does Stuff video. But I was like, I'm kind of excited about my closet looking very minimal, like not having tons of stuff in there, just being like, okay, I have 1 of 2 pairs of jeans to wear, you know, or maybe a pair of black jeans and 2 pairs of blue jeans or something like that. I don't need tons of stuff anymore. But I think that like, okay, so what I was going to say was that I've learned so much about living through grief, and not just my mom's, but my mom's was one thing. Friends of mine, especially contemporaries of mine that are my age or younger that have passed, I compare my life so much to where they were, what they were doing. And if there's anything that I question, like, you know, do I want to do this or should I, like the movie channel, you know, like I can get in my head and be like, oh, people are going to think this is stupid. There's no reason to do it, blah, 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 whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? I never cuss on this channel hardly ever, but who cares? Who cares if somebody else thinks it's a stupid idea? Life is short. If you want to do something, do it. You know? Who cares? Do what makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. You know what I mean? And so I think like that's a lesson I learned from grief. But I don't know that at that time I could have conceptualized that. I was in too much pain. I was very numb for months afterwards. I think I had to come out on the other side of it and realize that I would love to meet the person that goes through the day making the most of each moment. Like they say, you have to make the like, oh my God, these glasses, I live in this coffee, and oh my God, it's beautiful. I mean, every second of every day. Nobody does that, okay? And nobody never complains. We all complain. We all bitch and moan. We all, we all do that, okay? But I think the pause button has been one of the greatest things for me, to pause when I'm in the moment. Like, be like, the power of the wind. Like, just listen to that. Yes, the pool's closing, but fall walks, fall nights, hot chocolate, tea, watching a scary show with your husband, going to the movies, putting on a sweater, jeans. I'm excited about jean jackets. The dogs, and I was thinking about this morning. I was like, the dogs getting to see snow for the first time ever. A puppy getting to see snow for the first time ever. It's like, hit the pause button, and I think that that's something that I didn't necessarily get. And I think for a long time, I sat in extreme sadness about what I had lost. And I think I had to go through that. I believe I had to go through that. But it's been a long time. And, now it's like, in my prayers every morning and every night, after I do there's some prayers that I say. When I get into my gratitude list, the first thing I say is, thank you, God, for another day alive. Having lost people in my life has really taught me that, but the accident more than anything, I think, has given me absolute profound gratitude for my life, and not to waste it. And that doesn't mean that some days I'm going to just watch TV shows and whatever and call that a waste. I don't necessarily think that that's a waste, as long as I'm appreciative of it, and appreciative of those moments of rest. And I don't know, I'm just like, and I've learned so much from I don't want the things that I've gone through in my life and the loss that I've gone through just to stand for nothing. I just don't. I want to learn from those things. And if those things that I've gone through in my life, the losses that I've had, the mistakes I've made, the people that are no longer in my life for one situation or another, losing my mom, whatever, I think if I can learn from those things, and those can be lessons to live a more full, better, appreciative, grateful life, to enjoy life more, then those things didn't happen. I don't believe those things happened for that reason. I don't believe that anymore. I used to. There's a period in my life where I thought things happened for a reason. I don't believe that anymore. But I think that those things that happen, we can learn from. We can take meaning from those things. Then they didn't just happen for no reason. Because I think there's a lot of stuff that happens in this world and in our lives that when you look back on, there's not a takeaway. I don't want the things in my life and the people in my life, no matter how well or how little I knew them, to look back on that and not like have affected me in some way. Because I don't really think that's what life is supposed to be about. So I guess that's all to say that, like, 5 years ago to start a new channel, I would have been kind of nervous about it. I would have been like, oh my God, what are people going to say? And I'm starting a new channel because it's going to make me happy. And you only have one life. And you should do things that make you happy. And you should do things that bring you joy. And hopefully they'll bring other people joy too. So if you want to subscribe to it, subscribe to it. But I was going to start it tomorrow because I thought it'd be cute to start it. I do think through these things. To start it on the same anniversary as my drama channel, but I don't know. And I was also going to do an anniversary video tomorrow. But what am I going to say after 9 years? I don't know really what to say. What do I have to teach anybody about doing YouTube? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What would your questions be about YouTube? Like, what have I learned through YouTube? I don't know. I've learned... People ask me, like, if I knew what I knew now, would I go back and do it? Would I still be on YouTube? 100%. 100%. Yeah, there's been a lot of shit that's happened since I've been on YouTube that I haven't necessarily enjoyed, but there's been miracle moments on YouTube. There's just been, and it's not just like, people ask me like, well, what video, like what one video, I used to get this question when I would do like Q&As, what one video is your proudest video? I don't know that I have like a proudest video. I don't know that I really do anymore, you know? Yeah, I don't know that there's like, I would have to go through my videos and look. I know this is going to sound crazy to say, but I can tell you it doesn't exist on my drama channel. It's not on that channel. I think I don't know. There's things I say in videos that sometimes I don't realize I feel, or I change my mind after one and I realize the power of other people's opinions. I think that's been one of the things I've learned. I think YouTube has really allowed me to be so comfortable being myself. It's allowed me to work through my social anxiety. I've learned a lot from so many people out there that I've learned a lot from so many people sharing their stories. I continue to every single day. There's not a day that I don't. People share a lot with me. It's interesting when I don't know why. When I talk to other, like, specifically YouTubers, not really TikTokers, but, and they'll say, like, do you really get a lot of personal messages in your DMs? I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I could open them right now and I could tell you, like, there are some people that watch this vlog. I don't want to call them out by name, but I literally know, like, everything they've gone through in the last month. And I read all the direct messages. Sometimes I just, put, like, oh, I'm so sorry, or I cannot respond to every direct message. But the fact that people share such personal things to me is just, it's amazing. It's like, and I don't know, that must say to other people that they feel like I'm a safe space. So the fact that just existing on YouTube to at least 5 people out there means that they find me to be a safe space. I think that's kind of cool, Like, that's not something that I thought I would start, or that when I started YouTube that I ever thought that would be. I don't know. The benefits of having lived on, and I'm not going anywhere, like I say on my drama channel, but, like, the benefits of, like, having been on YouTube all this time. Now watch I say this, and then I'll regret saying this. But no, I think they really do. They greatly outweigh just so many opportunities I've had. And, it's, I don't know, it's just so many things that it's allowed my husband and I to do. And to work from home is a huge part. I mean, to work from home, I don't drive. So to be able to work from home, people that order cameos for me from their birthday, I don't say this, I don't think I've said this on here. Maybe I have at one point. But, like, I say this a lot in my birthday cameos. The fact that I was the kid that I was not invited to birthday parties because when I was, like, in elementary school, because I was very effeminate and kid thought I was different. And I would go to school on a Monday and everybody in class would be talking about the birthday party. I can remember this. And they would be like, oh yeah, that was so much fun at the roller skating this weekend. And I can remember just sitting there very quiet as a kid. I think all of this contributes to my social anxiety of why I never spoke up. I didn't say, whose birthday party were y'all? I just sat there silently and put the pieces together, And I can just remember, and it wasn't just once, it wasn't just twice, it was lots of birthday parties that I wasn't invited to. I think back on that, I think it's so cruel too that you, like, invite every kid in a class to a birthday party except for 1 or 2. Like, so, but what was I, 5 or 6 at the time? Flash forward 45, 50 years, and people are paying money for cameos from me, private messages for birthday messages. So people order them themselves for their own birthdays. Their loved ones order them from me, and I'm like, that is crazy. That is a privilege that somebody would want you to be part of their life, like their birthday. Like, that is such a privilege, And so, I don't know, it's just like, it's crazy to me. Those are all the things that I think about. The fact that people share very personal things with me and stories they've gone through. Many times just because they don't know what to, aww. How are you? Hi. Is it a little girl or a little guy?
Girl.
What's her name?
Zoe.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Thank you.
How old is she?
I think
Aww. Will you guys enjoy your walk?
Thank you.
Little dog looks so much like Tucker. Real cute. And it's interesting because, like, when I've talked to, like, other, you know, people that make videos and whatever, and I think, like, I don't know. I've had a lot of people that'll just, like, kind of get down on themselves and be like, oh, well, whatever, you know. I'm like, it's a blessing what we do. I mean, we get to work from home. We get to film whatever we want to film. I mean, I get to watch TV shows and movies and read books and hang out with my dogs and my husband and go out to dinner. I mean, and talk to you guys at the end of the day and share with you what I did. Like, the battery just went to the halfway mark. That's a pretty amazing life. And travel, and, I mean, I don't know. I feel blessed. I feel very, very blessed. So what did I do last night? Okay. Last night, I'm like, what was yesterday? Oh, we went to the movie, then I came home and I vlogged. And then when I went inside, Alex and the dogs were asleep. So I went upstairs and I laid down with them. Well, I let the vlog render and then I uploaded it. Talked to Nikki. Mel and I were texting a lot yesterday. Talked to Tanya. Talked to somebody else. Can't remember who. Well, the vlog was rendering. And then I uploaded it and they were still asleep. So I went upstairs and I laid down with them. And then I don't remember much from last time. I do remember that I got started. Oh, I was reading last night. My Kindle, that Zombie Fallout. I've got to finish the first book. I've got to get through the first book. I really, really like it. I only just read a couple pages at a time, though. So I was reading, but like as I was reading, I had an espresso tonic while I was reading from Trader Joe's. The dogs were like running around the whole time. So like every 15, 20 minutes, I'd take them outside, then come inside, and they'd run around again. They're real cute. So finally I was like, okay, I can't read anymore. What did I start watching? Single Lives of Mormon Wives. Okay, season 1, I was kind of bored of it, if you want to know the truth. It was messy, but I was like, this is, if you watch, I think my reaction, I don't know what I said in my reaction now, but I was kind of like bored of it. I was kind of like, this show's never going to make it the long haul. Season 2, oh my God, is so good. It is messy reality TV. I'm like living for it. So I'm trying to get through that. I'd like to get through it this weekend, but it's 11 episodes and I'm on the 4th episode. Maybe I'm on I think the 5th. No, I'm on the 4th episode. I think I'm halfway through the 4th episode. So there's no way, because I also want to finish Happy Valley. So I watched that, and then the dogs were getting tired. And I was like, what, did I watch something else? At that point, no, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I watched, I don't know what episode I was on. All I know is I have an episode and a half of Happy Valley left. So it's 6 episodes. I'm on the 3rd season, the final season, and I'm on the 5th episode halfway through. I couldn't stop watching it last night. I could have finished the whole thing, but it was getting so late that I was like, you need to go to bed. So maybe I'm like a third of the way through the 5th episode. It is so good, you guys. I'm telling you right now, and it's on BritBox. I told you guys the story, didn't I? Where I bought every season, and I bought BritBox, and then somebody told me it was on BritBox. I'm like, damn it. But BritBox, I did tell you this because I was going through BritBox the other day. So there's a lot of shows on BritBox. But Happy Valley, I'm telling you, I was telling Caroline today, you've got to watch it. If you like Mayor of Easttown and Broadchurch, you've got to watch Happy Valley. I think Happy Valley is better than both of them, if you want to know the truth. I'm like obsessed with this show. So I'm coming to the end of it. I've got an episode and a half. So I'm going to finish that tonight. And then I want to watch more of Single Lives of Mormon Wives. The thing is, like, late at night, I like to watch, like, a thriller mystery. So tonight I might actually watch the Thursday Murder Club. I'm either going to watch that tonight or tomorrow. I don't think Alex has any interest in watching that. So I'm going to watch that tonight or tomorrow. But I'm trying to finish these shows a little bit. Like, I got to go in and finish, like, Ozark and stuff so I can, like, start just... And then I think I'm just going to stick to, like, one show at a time and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, I've got like 6 movies to review already for my review channel. So I'm not worried about like having movies to review. But anyway, so what was I going to say? So yeah, so I'm not worried about that. I've got enough movies to review. But I also don't know that I'm going to do every day. Camera stopped. I don't know how much longer I have on this battery, so, because it's been at the halfway mark for a while. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to film, like how often I'm going to film. I don't know that I'm going to film every day, maybe twice a week, 3 times a week. We'll just see. I don't know, like, I say that whenever I start a channel. I was thinking about that the other day, because I think when I started my Peter Watches TV channel, I was like, so I was going to call it Peter Watches Movies, but I thought that was too similar. And then people had like great ideas, like Peter's Butter Popcorn, which was like cute. I like that idea, but I don't think that that works. I wanted movie reviews in the title of my channel. So if somebody looked up movie reviews, you know, like pull up or whatever, or somebody would know what it was when they came to my channel. That's why it's so boring and basic. But anyway, the leaves are blowing all through the yard. It's like Halloween-y outside. Tomorrow is the last day of summer, and then Halloween starts on Tuesday. And we have couples counseling on Tuesday. So this week we have couples counseling on Tuesday. No Wednesday with... There was no Wednesday with Caroline, then there was Wednesday with Caroline. Now there is no Wednesday with Caroline. That may change. So, and then we have a wedding next Saturday. And then Friday, I talked to Alex because Caroline and I are not doing Wednesday. So when the period where we were not doing Wednesday, I was like, do you have stuff to do on Friday? He was like, no. I said, so can you take me to run a bunch of errands? He was like, yeah. So, but that's really it. Then I'll be home filming videos and stuff. And the pool will be closed. So it'll just be me training the dogs, taking the dogs out, and filming videos this week. It's going to be a lot of videos. Get ready. A lot of videos this week. So anyway, so yeah, so I watched Happy Valley last night, and I watched, well, season 3. I think I was on episode, I was on episode 2. So I watched episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, and I think I'm like a third of the way through episode 5. So I watched almost 3.5 episodes last night. It is so good, you guys. It is so good. And then I don't know what I'm going to watch. You guys pick, I want to watch Hostages or something on Netflix. I feel like I've watched so much true crime. But this is what I was going to say. Like, late at night when I'm sitting there with the dogs, because, like, after the dogs run around and stuff like that, like, they finally, it kind of went back and forth at first, but now it's Walter. Walter comes up first and he's like, although last night, he jumped up on the ottoman by himself. That's how big he's getting. Otis can't do it. But he jumped on the ottoman by himself. But he still comes up there for me. He goes like this, and I pick him up. And then Otis, like, I pick up Otis right afterwards, and then they kind of, like, do circles around each other, and then they both lay down, and Otis... Oh, I have a picture. Do you guys want to see? I took pictures of them sleeping last night. They were sleeping, holding each other. Both of them were holding each other, you guys. It is so sweet. And I have a video to show you guys. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. But you guys see they have their arms around each other. Oh, is that not so cute? They're like right next to me as I'm watching my show. So late at night, I like to watch... This was on my nap last night. This was Walter sleeping right... He was like on my arm sleeping. You can see Alex over there in the corner. And then this is them playing today in the bed. They're so cute. Anyway, so late at night, like, I don't, unless it's Love After Lockup, and I don't know why that's different, but late at night I like to watch mystery thrillers. I don't like to watch, like, reality TV late at night, unless it's Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup. Those are, like, the only ones. I've got to go back and finish season 2. I've got to go back and, like, my goal was to, like, watch, maybe I'll say by the end of the year. There's so many good things that are coming out in September. Like, okay, Survivor comes back. Amazing Race comes back. There's that show with Toni Collette on Netflix I cannot wait to see. It's called Wayward, I think. There's like 5 new true crimes coming out in September. There's so many. There's like 5 new Apple shows. Oh, that Invasion or that Alien show on Apple is back. There's 2 episodes out. I think I'm going to wait a little bit for that one. I might binge watch that when it's all out because I can't remember what it's called. Is it called Invasion? I love that show. I think it's the last season of it. But there's a lot of shows coming out in September. I'm really excited about it. So September is going to be a good TV watching show. But yeah, like, unless it's late at night, I don't like to, like, watch, like, late at night I like to watch mystery thrillers. And during the day I like to, or like when I'm eating dinner or whatever, like watch reality shows or during the evening. So that's why I haven't gotten through The Valley yet. That's why I haven't gotten through Single Lives and Mormon Wives. And I still have to watch Next Generation, Real Housewives Next Generation, those kids. Everybody told me that was really good. Tanya loves that show. She said it's really, really good. So I'm going to watch that. What else was I going to say? It's like Meredith Mark's son is on there. Candy Burris' son. Bierman, what's her name? Don't be tardy to the party. Kim Zolciak's daughter's on there. It's supposed to be really good. Anyway, but The Hostages show on Netflix is supposed to be really good. I want to watch that. So anyway, went to bed, then today got up, took the little puppy dogs out. We went to bed late, and then I got them up early, then brought them to bed, and they went right back. It's so funny. So they'll go outside, and they do their potty, and then, like, when I bring them back inside, they're, like, both, like, so tired, and they, like, just, like, walk up the stairs real slow, and then anyway, so then they come right up to the bed, and I put them in their little bed on the bed, and they fall right asleep. So anyway, then we got up, and fed them, took them out, did all that kind of stuff, and then we went to brunch. We both had the grilled cheese, Tiny Jean's calling. We both had the grilled cheese with the tomato soup. We both had a cup of tomato soup because we're going out to dinner tonight. I don't really know what I'm going to do at the steakhouse here in Izzy's. If I remember correctly, they have a really good, like, mac and cheese. So I might just have the mac and cheese. I'm not super hungry right now, but mac and cheese does sound good. I've been, like, craving pasta like crazy right now. And then dinner is from 7:30, so we'll probably be home by, like, 9:30 or probably, like, 10. So... And then, hey, how are you? You got your fall coat on already.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't watched Housewives yet, so, but we probably won't watch it that late. Oh, he doesn't have to work tomorrow, so maybe we will, or maybe we'll watch it tomorrow. And I don't know, I haven't really decided yet if I'm going to film videos tomorrow or not yet, so just have to wait and see. It's a beautiful day. It kind of feels like how summer should end, in all honesty. Like, it's funny because I can remember, like, going back to school. You know, we started, like, the day after Labor Day when I, like, in elementary school. I think in high school we started earlier than that, but, like, maybe not. Somebody's grilling out. I can, oh, wait, is it my neighbor across the street? It smells really good, whatever they're grilling. But I can remember going, like, school clothes shopping, and I would always buy, like, corduroy pants, sweater vests, sweaters, flannel shirts for fall, you know, because you're so excited about fall clothes. Like, I'm talking about elementary school. And, well, also later probably, but elementary school, that's a lot of what I wore. And so I can remember, like, the first day of school, it being, like, so hot outside, like, being, like, 90 in Indianapolis, or Indiana. I didn't grow up in Indianapolis. I grew up in Carmel, Indiana, which is different. It's not Carmel. I loved when I watched the Fox Hollow Farms thing, and it's like, they do all this research and whatever, which I love that documentary, but they kept on calling it Carmel, and I'm like, it's not Carmel, it's Carmel, okay? Like, and that is like, not that it really matters, but it's like, anyway. So, who did I hear somebody call Delphi the other day? I felt bad, because in the context of what they were, like, talking about, it's like they were talking about, oh, it's flashing. It was sad, but I was like, it's not Delphi, it's Delphi. So anyway, but I can remember going to school and wearing, like, my sweater vest, turtleneck, corduroy pants, and it's 95 outside. Don't do it. Anyway, okay, I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday. Oh my God, it's the last vlog of August. It's the last vlog of August, but tomorrow's the last vlog of the summer, officially. Anyway, hope you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday, getting rested, relaxed, rejuvenated, and refreshed for the week ahead. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I made it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.